Daniel had just started his night shift at the Walmart in a small Ohio town. He thought it would be easy work, restocking shelves, sweeping floors, and keeping things quiet until morning. The first few nights seemed normal, though the silence after midnight felt heavier than he expected. He noticed the air grew cold near aisle 13, as if someone had opened a freezer. Shopping carts sometimes rolled across the floor even when no one was near. At first, he laughed it off as his imagination or bad wheels, but the other workers avoided eye contact when he mentioned it. One older employee pulled him aside and whispered, "Don't stay late here. Things aren't right in this store." Daniel thought they were just teasing the new guy, but deep down, he felt a sense of unease, as if Walmart itself was hiding something in the shadows. Daniel brushed off the warning until one night when the whispers began. He was stacking cereal boxes in aisle 13 when he heard his name softly carried through the air. He froze, thinking it was a coworker playing a prank, but when he turned, the aisle was completely empty. His heart pounded as the lights above flickered, humming unnaturally. Suddenly, a box slid from the top shelf, hitting the floor hard. He bent down to pick it up, only to feel a chill brush across his neck. Shaken, he rushed to the security room. When he rewound the footage, he saw something that made his stomach turn. Behind him in the aisle was a tall, shadowy figure, half hidden in the shelves, staring directly at the camera. But when he looked back into the aisle itself, it was gone, leaving Daniel with a growing fear he couldn't shake. Around 2 a.m. during another long shift, Daniel spotted a woman wandering near the frozen food section. She wore a red dress, out of place in the quiet emptiness of the store. Relieved to see a customer, he stepped toward her, calling out to offer help. She didn't answer, just turned the corner slowly into the next aisle. When Daniel followed, the aisle was completely empty. Confused, he checked other rows, but she had vanished. Nervously, he hurried back to the security office and replayed the footage. His blood ran cold when he saw her clearly walk through the automatic doors into the store, but the video showed no record of her leaving. Coworkers told him this wasn't the first time she appeared, and each time she vanished the same way. Daniel couldn't explain it, but the thought that someone, or something, was wandering Walmart in the dead of night left him shaken. The break room had always been a small comfort to Daniel, a place to escape the eerie silence of the aisles. One night, as he sat alone eating from his lunchbox, he noticed something scratched deep into the table surface. At first, it looked like random marks, but as he traced them with his finger, he realized they formed a chilling message: "Leave before it finds you." A cold shiver ran down his spine. He glanced around the empty room, trying to calm his racing thoughts. Suddenly, the microwave beeped and turned on by itself, the glass plate spinning though no one had touched it. Moments later, the vending machine clattered, dropping snacks without any coins being used. The hum of the machines grew louder, almost like a whisper. Daniel felt an icy breath at the back of his neck and bolted out of the room, his heart pounding in terror. While restocking toys late at night, Daniel found himself drawn to a strange doll sitting crookedly on the shelf. Its plastic eyes seemed almost alive, glinting unnaturally under the fluorescent lights. Picking it up, he realized the batteries were missing, yet when he turned it over, it giggled and spoke his name in a hollow voice. Startled, he dropped it immediately. The next day, a customer returned the same doll, pale and shaking, claiming it whispered her child's name during the night. Determined to stop the nonsense, Daniel locked the toy in the storage room, certain it wouldn't bother him again. But the following shift, as he passed the aisle, his stomach twisted. The doll was back on the shelf, perfectly placed, smiling at him. Its eyes glowed faintly in the dim light. Daniel stepped back, horrified, realizing that no matter what he did, the doll wanted to stay near him. One night, as Daniel pushed the floor cleaner across the tiles, he heard a faint scraping sound, like nails dragging against the ground. Slowly, he turned his head toward aisle 13. At first, he thought it was a trick of the dim lights, but then he saw it. A figure, crawling on all fours, dragging itself forward with long, twisted arms. Its body was thin and pale, and its face was nothing but smooth skin where eyes and a mouth should have been. The sound of its nails scraping echoed louder as it pulled itself closer. Daniel's chest tightened, and he stumbled backward, rushing into the restroom to hide. Breathing heavily, he looked up at the mirror above the sink. Fog spread across the glass as though someone had exhaled onto it. Then, Slowly, words began to appear in the mist. You can't run forever. Daniel nearly collapsed in fear. Shaken, Daniel went to the store manager the next day, desperate for answers. The manager's face turned pale as Daniel described what he'd seen. Finally, he admitted that years ago, an employee was found dead in aisle 13 under mysterious circumstances. Some said he had been crushed by falling shelves. Others whispered he had taken his own life, but no one knew for sure. Ever since then, strange events plagued the store, especially at night. The manager leaned closer, voice trembling, and begged Daniel to quit before it was too late. That evening, Daniel returned to work one last time, determined to finish his shift. But as he walked past the aisles, his stomach dropped. On the wall near aisle 13, carved deep into the plaster, was a new message. "Daniel, you're next." His blood ran cold. Whatever haunted the store knew his name, and it was waiting for him. Daniel made up his mind. Tonight would be his last shift, no matter what. He planned to clock out at midnight and never return. But as the hour approached, an unnatural silence fell across the store. The air grew heavy, and the lights began shutting off row by row, leaving Daniel surrounded by creeping darkness. His breathing quickened as he sprinted toward the exit, but the automatic doors wouldn't open. Suddenly, the security cameras flickered to life, showing Daniel on every screen, frozen in terror. From the corner of aisle 13, the shadowy figure emerged, taller and darker than ever before. Daniel screamed as it dragged him into the aisle, his voice echoing until the sound was swallowed by silence. The next morning, the police arrived after reports of an unlocked store. They found only Daniel's name tag and uniform crumpled on the floor. He had vanished without a trace.